is it all a load of rubbish? Potentially. We sold a grand total of... Hi guys, welcome back to All I Know About Depop. On my last video, I got this comment and I thought it would make a really good video. So this video is going to be about the 2 new Depop features. I'm going to talk about what they do and then I'm going to put them to the test with my shop and see if they do actually help to make more sales. So recently Depop has been making some changes. There are a couple new styler features which I'm going to get to in a minute, but also the app has a new look to it and I'm pretty sure they have updated their logo as well. So you now have this large area of suggested listings. Before you scroll down and see the other sections like £20 and under, your likes, trainers, repop it, elevate your look, recommended sellers, new from sellers, get it for less, sellers to watch, and then the Depop edit. So you do get quite a bit on that homepage. Whereas these sections at the bottom used to be higher up the page, if I remember rightly. I do like this new homepage. I think it is quite similar to the Vinted homepage. My only issue is that the section that's based on your likes and saves is like quite far down the page, which I feel like that should be at the top because that's what I'm looking to buy at the minute. Anyway, that was my unnecessary review of the new homepage. Now let's talk about the seller features. The first feature I'm going to talk about you can find at the top of your Depop page. It's a little box that says, your items are trending, boost them now to increase your chances of selling. And you can see here apparently 67 of my listings are trending. Now I am a little bit skeptical of this feature. One reason being that some of the 67 items that it recommends are trending seem to be a little bit random. It would be cool to know how they are selecting these pieces. The second reason why I am skeptical is because I had this image as a listing when I was about to add some watches to the shop. It was just a teaser to what I was about to list. All the listing consists of is this one photo and the description watch drop and the category watches. Now Depop has actually included this listing in the boosted recommended listings. So this does suggest to me that it's not a particularly smart feature. The only thing it's been able to go off is the category watches. I mean, it would be helpful to know what categories are trending, but I feel like that's a different thing to what Depop is trying to say here. It's not trying to tell us what categories are trending, it's trying to tell us what listings are trending. But is it all a load of rubbish? Potentially. Anyway, I'm gonna put my skepticism on hold and I am gonna test this new feature in the fairest way I can think of to see if we should trust Depop's selection or not. So let me tell you how we are going to test this feature. We are going to call this the trending test. The purpose of this test is to determine whether boosting the listings that Depop recommends in its boosting feature does actually increase sales. My personal hypothesis is, what did I write? It won't, and I will likely pay a boosting fee on items that will have sold anyway. Yeah, I still stand by that. And then this is the method. I'm going to boost all the listings in the trending feature. I will wait 7 days. After 7 days, I'm going to let you know how many of my boosted listings sold, and I'm going to compare my weekly sales to that of previous weeks. Okay, it is now officially time to start the test. I am now going to boost all of these listings. And the trending test has begun. The second feature that I'm going to test is the automatic offer feature. Now, if you go to send an offer on a listing, it allows you now to send offers automatically to anyone that likes or bags the item. This feature does look appealing. My only turn off is that it sends an offer to anyone that likes and bags the item. Now, I think sending it to likers is a good shout, but sending it to everyone that bags the item, I'm pretty sure that means that no one can check this item out now without being sent the offer. So to me, that feels like you might be missing out on people that would have paid full price for the item. It makes sense to apply it to old listings, but to new listings, I feel like it's just a guaranteed way to make less money. Anyway, let's see if this new feature does have an impact on sales. We are going to call this one the automatic offer test. The purpose of this one is to determine whether if turning on the automatic offer feature does does help make items sell and therefore increases sales. My hypothesis for this one is that it will work for newer listings, but it won't work for older listings. Now I think this because my older listings don't really get that much attention. So they won't be getting frequent likes. They probably won't be being put in people's bags just because they're kind of old and forgotten listings. Whereas my new listings will be getting more attention. So I think even though I feel like it should be for the older listings, I feel like it will have a bigger impact on the newer listings. So this is the method of this very important test. I am going to turn on the automatic offer feature for any listings that come under the category outwear. So this is pretty much all of my jackets. In regards to the price, I'm going to knock off. I did think about doing a percentage, the same percentage for each one, but I think that is going to take way too long. It's going to take me ages to set this up anyway, because from what I've gathered, you can't do it in one go. You have to go through each listing individually. So depending on the price of the item, I'm going to knock off £5 if it's less than £50. And then if it's more than £50, I'm going to knock off £10. I'm going to leave this for a week, and then after a week, I'm going to see how many sold with the feature and compare the sales of outwear from this week to previous weeks. I've chosen to test this on outwear because we've got 97 jackets in the shop, and I feel like that's a big number to try the feature on. It's also jacket season, so a lot of people will be looking to buy a jacket, and we've got jackets that are newly listed, so like listed in the past few weeks, and we've got jackets that have been on the shop for over a year. So we've got a good mix of age of listing. Okay, I am now going to start the experiment and go through all of these listings and turn on the automatic offer feature. Okay, let's begin the automatic offer feature test. Did I call it that? Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you've been absolutely gripped on the results of this test. We are back a week later to look at the results. So first up, we've got the trending test. Out of the 67 items that Depop recommended us to boost, how many have sold? Are you ready? We have sold a grand total of 2 boosted listings. I mean, it's not nothing. Both of these items were listed more than a month ago, so they aren't new listings, which probably does mean that they did sell because of this feature. Now let's look at the results of the automatic offer test. So, out of the 97 jackets that we turned the automatic offer feature on for, we sold a grand total of 2 jackets, so 2 and 2. One of them was listed about 2 weeks ago, so that one was fairly new, but the other jacket was actually really old. Maybe we've had it on the shop for a year and a half. So yeah, 2 of each for each test. Doesn't seem like the biggest impact on the shop. But if you look at the shop sales overall, we had a pretty good week. The number of items that were sold on our shop on Depop in the last week has increased by 140% compared to the number of items that was sold the week before, which is a pretty big increase in sales. In fact, if you take the average number of items sold per week from the last 3 weeks of the shop, sales increased this week by 88%, which means this last week has been the best sales we've had on the shop for a while. Now, is that because we did this feature test, or is it just a random week of good sales, or is it the fact that this has been like the first like bad weather week in a while, so potentially people are on Depop because they're stuck inside and bored? I don't know which it is. Now, if you were to ask me personally what I thought the results were from these tests, which I carried out very scientifically, I would say that yeah, probably the new Depop features do help to increase sales. I did get that vibe. But if we were to look at this more seriously and like scientifically, I think the conclusion would be that we still just don't have any idea if they do work or not. It has dawned on me that I didn't really set up these tests particularly well. Even though we can like tell how many items sold because of the feature, we don't actually know whether those items would have sold anyway. So I've definitely conducted some bad science here. My boyfriend actually designs trials for his job, so I don't know why I didn't talk to him about it. In fact, I just told him right at the end and told him my results, and he was pretty critical of this whole video. So if there is an appetite for it, with his help, we can actually design a trial that would figure out whether these features do work. So let me know if you guys would actually want to see that. I don't know if anyone actually cares that much. Anyway, we might not be any closer to discovery, but I hope you have enjoyed this video anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. This is going to take me a while, but hopefully the experiment will be worth it.